A historical journey that brought humans back to moon orbit after 50 years. The Orion spacecraft landed safely in Pacific Ocean. This mission is a part of NASA preparation to land humans on the moon. It also provides that the spacecraft life support systems are excellent. When the Orion spacecraft returned to Earth, it enters Earth's atmosphere at high speeds. There is a special heater shield to protect it from the instant heat generated at that time. This stages is what we call forward. When the parachute opens slowly, it speeds and it gradually falls into the Pacific Ocean. We can see all this in a visual format. Welcome back to my channel. Aham Ishla
on a trajectory from southwest and northeast across the Pacific Ocean, descending at a rate of 15,000 feet per second. For 3 good baros, those are barometric pressure sensors that feed altitude and rate of descent information to Integrity's computers that will trigger the parachute deployment sequence. We are less than 9 minutes away from entry interface, 22 minutes from splashdown. You can see the weather conditions remain just about 4 feet. This view from Integrity as it crosses from southwest to northeast across the Pacific Ocean, 3 minutes from entry interface. "16.5 minutes till sparkle," where temperatures will 3.5 minutes left in this blackout period. This is a visualization of the plasma buildup around the spacecraft and the repelling of that heat on Integrity's heat shield. We're standing by for communications from the crew. We should be out of the blackout period less than a minute from now.
Integrity, impact to the camera controller fail is no cab 1 views of the chutes.
Integrity.
We're processing good data through the GPS system. A good view of Integrity, time to splashdown 4.5 minutes. And a view of Integrity from the WB-57. We're at 50,000 feet. The pyros are armed for forward bay cover jettison. And there go the first series of parachutes. And we're on drogues.
And Houston, we're visual 2 drogues out the window.
2 good drogue chutes. Next up.
We copy, we see them.
Next up, the deployment of pilot parachutes that will pull the main chutes out. Time to split in 10 seconds. Perfect descent rate according to flight dynamics.
Good rates on 2 drogues.
We see the same on board.
Passing through 10,000 feet, still on drogues. Main chute deploy. We're at 5,000 feet. Search and recovery beacon has been activated on integrity. And we have 3 good main chutes. Good 3 main chutes, good reefing, good descent rate.
Good rates, and we see 3 good-looking parachutes. Integrity, cabin pressure indicates no need for hydrazine checks.
Integrity copies.
This is a perfect descent for Integrity. Its crew sounding hale and hearty on board. Time to splashdown 1 minute, 15 seconds. Integrity about to complete a journey spanning 694,481 miles from its launch from the Kennedy Space Center back on April 1st, and a trip around the moon. Passing through 1,000 feet.
Houston Integrity, splashdown, sending post-landing command now.
Splashdown confirmed.
Copy splashdown, waiting on VLDR.
Splashdown confirmed at 7:07 p.m. Central Time, 5:07 p.m. Pacific Time. From the pages of Jules Verne to a modern-day mission to the moon, a new chapter of the exploration. We still will be deploying the crew module uprighting system to maintain that orientation. A perfect bullseye splashdown for Integrity and its 4 astronauts. Five seconds.
Houston, we have you
On. However, the recovery team is not.
And we have 5 inflated airbags to maintain an upright configuration so that the reaction. All of the milestones were executed in.
Okay, stand by. Yeah, we'll confirm here in a second.
Houston copies, and Reed, just to confirm, you are pushing the PTT on the radio.
Porch to be erected alongside the spacecraft for the extraction of the crew.
Again, listening to their communication loop here on the ship, very going pretty nominally, meaning hovering just about 40 feet above the front porch when they're ready to pick up each crew member.
Part of the post-splashdown activities, even as we await the crew being extracted from the vehicle to be hoisted onto Navy helicopters for the trip back to the USS John P. Murtha.
3 years ago, and that I think, it is a reasonable thing to contemplate, like what's gone on since then. And what I'd tell you is When we did Apollo, which, again, the more we learn about what they did, the more magical it seems what they were able to accomplish given the technology and the learnings that they had. But when we did Apollo, the architects of Apollo, Gilbert, Seaman, von Braun, Mueller, what they really, really wanted to do, as they were contemplating what it meant to expand our range of action to the lunar surface, what they wanted to do was learn how to live and work in space for a long time. They wanted to do that first before they were confident they could expand their range of action to the moon. Now, of course, the politics of the time and the mission at the time was different, and so they had to go straight to the moon and bring people home. And then after that, the program kind of lost its momentum. But after that, NASA kept moving along those paths, right? So we recognized during Apollo that reusability was going to be important. We spent a lot of money on those machines, and we spent a lot of money on these machines here. But we recognized that reusability was important, which is why we built a winged space plane called Space Shuttle, and then we used that reusable machine to build a space station. And we learned for 25 years how to live and work in space, and have been able to go back to stay because we've learned all the things we needed to learn.
There's a lot of people pleased here tonight, and we really thank you for joining us. Amit Kshatriya, NASA's Associate Administrator, as we begin to hoist the crew onto the helicopters to head back to the recovery ship. Thank you very much, and congratulations, Amit.
Wheels down of the first helicopter carrying 2 of our Artemis II crew. Pilot Victor Glover and mission specialist Christina Cook. Hilo 1 on deck reported on the recovery loop. Again, the mission audio loops that the recovery team are using here to communicate with one another. And an announcement just made on the ship, integrity. If you're sitting at home, I hope you too are. Yes. Welcome back. Welcome home. Relations to one another. NASA Administrator applauding. Victor applauding for all the folks on the ship with him who played a role in their safe return today. Applause from the group there on the flight deck, I'm sure, as well as on the level just above them. Artemis recovery